the blue corner for this light heavyweight contest set for 5 2-minute rounds. All the way from the fighting city of Adelaide with trainer Alan Wong, it's Paul Slowinski. While the Sting Paul Slowinski make his way to centering this young man, a gold medalist at the World Championships in Bangkok earlier this year. And tonight, stepping up for the biggest task of his career thus far against rugged Steve McKinnon. Slowinski decked out in the traditional Thai Mongkong headwear and also the traditional neck piece of the Thai fighter. And stepping over the top ropes, the Sting Paul Slowinski. Oh, listen to that ovation. It can only mean one thing. Make his way to centering, being led by trainer, brother Stewie McKinnon and Nick Stone, the pin-up boy of New South Wales kickboxing, Steve McKinnon. McKinnon make his way to centering, this one set for 5 2-minute rounds. It should be a corker. You're with Michael Chavello ringside with the hammer Mark Castanini.
We step up and weight to the light heavyweight division. On this occasion, we are scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and interstate contest awaits. Introducing first and fighting out of the blue corner. He is trained out of South Australia by Mr. Alan Wong, was a gold medalist at the recent World Championships in Bangkok, weighing in at 84.9 kilograms, Paul Slowinski. Standing across the ring, trained by Nick Stone, and tonight under the watchful eye of brother Stewie McKinnon. He trains out of the Bulldog Gym in the fighting suburb of Castle Hill, weighing in slightly heavier at 85.75 kilos, the pin-up boy of New South Wales kickboxing, Steve McKinnon.
Well, all is in readiness for the first round of what should be a corker of a contest, a light heavyweight stoush. Steve McKinnon out of the red corner against Paul Slowinski from South Australia out of the blue corner. An interstate battle. It is New South Wales versus the Crow Eaters. And a very good evening. Joining us ringside, the super promoter, Tarek Solak. Tarek, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening,
This one should be an absolute ripper, Tarek. Paul Slowinski and Steve McKinnon. What a match.
I'm tipping this fight to be one of the best fights of the night, actually, and I'm pretty excited myself trying to see what the outcome is. The only problem with this fight is it's 86 kilos, and unfortunately this is a weight division in the world that is not in the middleweights and it's not in the heavyweights, so it's a division that's not very popular, but I think these guys are going to put on a top fight tonight.
Well, of course, as we mentioned in the opener, being lighter weighted fighters, they do have a greater range of technique, so the action is certainly a lot more spectacular than when some of the big heavyweights get in there, Tarek.
Yes, and if you see both these guys, they both look nice, lean and tall, and I think they're going to have some good techniques for us tonight.
Comments there from the super promoter Tarek Solak ringside with myself, Michael Chavello, and former Australian champion, the hammer Mark Castanini. It is Paul Slowinski in the black and turquoise against the white trunks of Steve McKinnon. Inside fire kick there from Slowinski, of course a gold medalist at the World Muay Thai Champions in Bangkok. Forced to leave his knees and elbows at home here tonight, however. And McKinnon going downstairs early, chopping away at the outside left thigh. Already a cracker of a contest. Both men fairly evenly matched in the height and reach department. A slight height advantage over to Paul Slowinski. And very well built fighters. High right yow kick there, just slapping against the cranium of Slowinski. And Steve McKinnon opening up like a house on fire hammer.
Well, the only thing I can see with this battle is both boys are used to fighting full Thai rules, of course, with elbows and knees. And New South Wales, you've got to love that. Kicks and punches only, so what is recognised around the world is not allowed in New South Wales.
Oh, big right hand there from Paul Slowinski. He tagged him.
Well, he's certainly in a bit of bother there, Michael.
Well, Steve McKinnon on Rebel Leg Street in the red corner,
He's been
taking a
hurt.
big breath.
Tarek, I think he has been hurt.
Yes, I think he's been hurt, but take nothing away from this guy. He can come back. I've seen him fight before in worse situations. He's made a good comeback.
Well, Steve McKinnon has been tagged early on. Nice leg kick there from McKinnon. But he has got a bit of swelling around that left eye now. Here comes Slowinski again, tagging him with the right hand. Paul Slowinski, that's why they call him the Sting. He has stung Steve McKinnon here in the first round. And McKinnon on the back foot again, Tarek Solak.
Well, neither fighter taking a backward step here.
There was a good short right hand there from Stephen there, but Paul's coming back in. He's one of those stubborn, Polish, Eastern European fighters that keeps coming in.
Oh, nice rib kick there from Steve McKinnon, and Slowinski went downstairs to the outside right thigh. A gutsy first round, this one indeed. Both men trading plenty of leather and also going downstairs.
Just to slip that one with Steve McKinnon just taking out the supporting leg. And what a cracker of a first round.
Wow. Hammer, I tell you what, Carrick, you didn't expect Steve McKinnon to go down so early.
No, but there was an excellent round by both boys, I reckon. And the question you asked before, Mark, about New South Wales not allowing knees and elbows, I think that's going to change soon because the government is looking at it at the moment. They're trying to do something about enforcing some of the rules and laws differently how we have it in Victoria. And I think Victoria's got it wrapped up pretty well.
Well, Victoria certainly, along with Queensland and Perth, leaders in the sport around the country, and they really do recognise that it is an international sport, and for New South Wales to be left behind, well, it's only to the detriment of the fighters in New South Wales, really.
Look for techniques and move, okay? Don't stand there and just train with him. That's what he wants you to do. You've got to fight your fight, okay? Keep your hands tight. Everything tight. Don't forget your push kick, mate.
Well, we're ready to roll in the second round of action. Nick Stone telling Steve McKinnon to keep his guard up nice and tight. You can see this swelling around and underneath the left eye of Steve McKinnon. Paul Slowinski looking very fresh here in the second stanza. This one set for 5. Another taggy right hand there by Slowinski, and McKinnon now opening up with the heavy artillery. Oh, where's the beautiful uppercut to Slowinski? Just rocked his head back. Oh, Slowinski tags him there with a wicked left round kick to the head. And it might be a slight mouse underneath the left eye now of Paul Slowinski from South Australia.
That is certainly going to affect the vision out of that left-hand side for Slowinski. It's now actually bleeding. The cut is opened, and you can bet that McKinnon will go after that cut and try and rip the skin.
A better start to this round here, Tarek Solak, by Steve McKinnon so far.
Yeah, yes, it is, but still take nothing away from Paul. He's coming back. He's still that stubborn fighter. And as you can see, he's got Paul on the back leg. But Paul is coming back with those straight weights on the back leg.
Alan Wong, of course, renowned for training very tidy fighters such as Sam Harvey and Paul Slowinski. And the blood really streaming down the left cheek now of Slowinski. Just forces McKinnon back into the neutral corner. McKinnon taking a lot of punishment upstairs. And Slowinski just takes a little bit of a slip to the canvas. Hammer a solid round again here from the Sting Paul Slowinski.
Well, I think one of the main differences in these two fighters is that McKinnon's guard is a little lax. Slowinski, especially under pressure, really closes up his guard, and his gloves come around and protect his head. McKinnon is a little bit more open in that area, but he's certainly unleashing some good technique, and he punches with his shoulder, does McKinnon. He really gets the strength right behind his handiwork.
Snappy right hand there from Steve McKinnon from the Bulldog gym. Paul Slowinski moves forward yet again. Blood continuing to come from that cut on the left eye of Slowinski and swelling around the left eye of Steve McKinnon. Nice one to the jaw and a big overhand right to the side of the head by Paul Slowinski.
Watch the back of the head, okay?
Just a warning there from the referee, Tarek Solak. Slowinski unloading on him.
I'm surprised the referee's there because he was a bit slow before when the guy's leg went out and he couldn't stop the fight. But lucky he was there this time.
Oh, Steve McKinnon on rubber leg street takes a trip to the canvas, end of the second round of action, Hammer. Not good for Steve McKinnon.
Well, he just got caught a little bit there towards the end of that second round, but I'd still say that was a pretty even round. The first round he'd go the way of Slowinski. Second round, I'd call that one just about even. But it is an awesome battle. I'd love to see this one under full tie rules in Tarek. What do you say?
Mate, it's a top 5. I'm just a bit disappointed in the referee, and even just the end of the round when the fighter was going down, I didn't hear the referee scream out a break because
this is what you talk over here with Slowinski had his leg caught over the
It's very dangerous because the other fighter could have kicked him on the floor, and this is where a good referee, sharp referee, gets involved and just flies in there and screams out break.
Of course, the referees have to be right on the action, but these boys giving the referees no allowance at all. They're busy the whole time, and they've just continual work rate. That is a real difference here. Both boys are not even taking a break.
Seconds down.
Okay,
We've got more on our hands, Sydney. This is round 3.
We're ready to roll in the third round of action. You can really tell the difference between the amateur fighters earlier on in the night and the standard of the professional fighters now in centre ring, Paul Slowinski and Steve McKinnon. They have really turned up the adrenaline for this capacity crowd here at Star City. And it's great to see with a huge rugby event in town tonight that we can still pack out Star City with a kickboxing show.
That's the power of K1, Michael.
Exactly, Tarek Solak. Very shortly we will be heading to Queensland and then back to Melbourne in November for the K1 Max Final, an 8-man eliminator at the Crown Showroom on November the 11th. Big tub thumping right hand there by Paul Slowinski. Again, backing McKinnon into the corner. McKinnon goes for the inside thigh kick to the inside left leg. Another nice short right hand there from Paul Slowinski. McKinnon just dancing backwards out of the way of trouble. A cut opened up now on the top of the forehead of Paul Slowinski on his right forehead. Oh, nice high right round kick there from Steve McKinnon, caught him napping. And another one there from McKinnon. Referee again a little bit slow moving in, now just separating both men. And a lot of blood coming from the face all over, the nose, the head, and underneath the eye of Paul Slowinski hammer.
Well, it is certainly a bloody battle, this one. Both boys not taking a backward step, Tarek.
I'm just a bit disappointed in refereeing. In K1 rules, you know, there's a few rules with the referee, and it's a pity we can't use our referees, even though I brought them to Sydney. This referee's got to be a bit more alert. I'm a bit worried about it.
Oh, here they go, Helpful Leather in centre ring. Nice leg check there from Slowinski. Steve McKinnon just backs off, backing himself against the ropes. Tries to launch the right hand. Almost took out the blitz photographer Ian Sly with him at the same time, and Paul Slowinski just fires back with a right round kick to the ribs. Nice right hand again from Slowinski, then wall one to the jaw.
You can see both boys when they're getting close, they both set for the grapple and the knee strikes. That's an interesting little tussle right there.
Well, there you see the hand around the back of the head from
Steve McKinnon. He's about to lock on, he locks the grapple on, ready to let those knees fire, and this could be a totally different outcome if they're fighting with knees.
I'll tell you what, Mark, just to make you happy.
The big round kick! The big round kick caught him and wrapped around the back of his neck. This one is going to be all over.
6.
My word, it is a great knockout. Forget the count, ref. This one is gone. It's good night, Irene.
Oh, that is tragedy. What a great battle that was shaping up for, but McKinnon just getting caught there. How unfortunate for him. Was really taking it up to Slowinski the whole way. They were neck and neck, these two boys.
My word, Tarek Solak, what a KO.
Yes, what a KO and what a fight. I was actually enjoying every punch and kick in that fight, and I was just saying to Mark before, just to make you happy, I will put on a rematch one day with these two guys with full knees and elbow rules, and I think it'll be just as exciting.
That was just off the lead leg, and that shows the power of Slowinski to throw a knockout head kick, not off his rear leg, but indeed off his lead leg. He switched back, bang, down went that big round kick, and how unfortunate for McKinnon. Slowinski, you see him, he's battered and bruised, and that is really testament to the toughness of these two boys, and of course this fight, Michael.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 1 minute 54 in round number 3. Your winner by way of knockout, Paul Slowinski. We'll get Paul over here first. 2 black eyes, bloody nose. It hardly looks like the face of a winner, but the hand is raised.
Oh yeah, it was a tough fight for me. I did expect that. And I'd just like to say thank you, Tarek, for bringing me up here and letting me fight on your show. And I'd like to say thank you to my trainer, Alan, which does spend a lot of time and puts a lot of effort into training me. Ray in the corner, thank you very much. And thank you, Sydney, for great support.
Very courageous in victory, and we'll call Steve McKinnon over at the moment. And Steve, a tough night at the office, my friend, but a very hard opponent.
Oh, yeah, very hard. I knew he would be a very hard opponent. Yeah, for a man like Paul Slowinski, you've got to be right on your ball. I have been on my ball up until the last 3-4 days of training, but I wasn't on the day. I got I'm a bit flat, whatever. You know, you can't make any excuses for it.
Folks, how about putting your hands together for both guys? I know Mr. Tarek Solak jumped in the ring and is already talking rematch.